Good morning, everyone. Jim and John here. We're excited. We have a great, amazing, awesome guest this morning. John?
We have with us today Kathy Henney from over at CoreLogic at our LVR, and she's been teaching over there for since 1990. Is it, Kathy?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
32
impressive.
years.
So you've been through a whole series of different programs leading up to where we are today. I think you said you started with Stellar back in 1992.
No, I started with Ultra Pro in 1990. The one
Oh,
with
Ultra
I
Pro.
remember all those. Yeah,
the
I remember
PRC
Stellar.
300 that weighed 48 pounds. Yes,
You go back to the book days then with me,
I do.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Where you used to shove the phone in the little circular cups and.
Yeah, you had a picture about 1 by 1 inch of the home, remember?
I didn't know you had in the book. Yeah, you had newspaper printing. Yeah, of a.
Well,
And so one of the great things is we're talking to Kathy today and kind of wet your noodle because we're going to have her live in our classroom tomorrow for our business meeting at 9:30. So she'll be here showing you a lot of the new stuff that's going on over at LVR, and we're pleased to have her come in and actually show her. But we figured what a great time to bring her on the radio the day before and let her start talking about some of these things to get you excited. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you've been through ML Exchange, Fusion.
Yes.
Matrix now. I mean, everything. You've been through it all.
Passport, Stellar View. Yeah,
I've forgotten all those names.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, how much change was there from one to the other when you made those changes?
Oh, immense. When we had to come up in 2002 with the username and password, we had to create, well, me and my boss, how are they going to log in? What's going to be their login? And this was not everybody had an email back then.
Right.
Think about it, 2002, not everybody had an email. So we had this, so that's where we came up with the public ID. And the best decision we ever made because everybody has one. And that's their login ID. And yeah, that was the hardest thing. I mean, instead of just turning the computer on and doing it or dialing up, making that
Kathy, for the heck of it, I mean, without going into great detail, how do you determine when you want to make a change from Stellar to this to that?
Well,
I mean,
there's a
we've been-
committee. There's a committee, your association, and now it's actually separated out into the LVR board and the MLS board. But back then, those are committees. There's an MLS committee. My company, went from PRC to Interrealty to interrealty.com and then to CoreLogic in 2010. There are companies that deliver real estate solutions to various associations. But I was horrified when I got here in 1990 to see exactly what real estate technology was all about. And basically, it was behind the rest of the world, is what I
Really?
absolutely, yeah.
So when you say there's two committees, an MLS board and then there's also the LVR board.
Yeah.
Who was the majority decision maker there?
Well, it's supposed to be the MLS board, or Stephanie is vice president of the MLS. We actually, accounting wise, they split off to have, and many associations around the country have done it. Like for example, the Remind Docs, that was a decision made by the LVR board.
And did you guys had no say in that at all?
No, not at all. No, because that's the LVR board. But the things like adding new fields, making a field required, changing up to align with state and local laws. I'll give you a perfect example of that. In 2020, somebody at the county somewhere had a meeting about something about Section 8, whether you can use Section 8 money to rent a home. And there used to be a field in rental called Section 8, yes or no. There isn't any longer because some entity, some board or some county entity said you can't, you can't ask people how they're going to pay their rent or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was. So you probably
Wait
know
a minute.
more.
If I have a client that wants Section 8, how am I supposed to find out?
You have to
can
do a
take Section 8?
wild card search in the public remarks.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I know you in conversations with me. It's like anything else. We always say change. People fight change. They get used to one thing and they get okay at doing that, and so they don't like to manipulate or have to change that. But one of the things that in our world, I mean,
Yes.
all of us go through that mentality that, change is actually good. It makes us better. That's what change is all about. But sometimes change that I've seen in the MLS and in what you do over there has been questionable. It's like, why are they changing to this? It just seems like sometimes there's change going on because somebody did a favor for somebody instead of actually figuring out that it was better for everybody.
And you don't have the whole picture either, because there are standards we have to align with the National Association of Realtors. You might not have all the pieces. Whereas, like, for example, somebody like Stephanie Hill, the vice president of MLS, she was a realtor in the 80s. Her mother was Florence Skursky.
Oh, no
Who
way.
was, yeah, who was president.
Whoa.
Yeah, Stephanie's mom is Florence, and her Andy
Whoa.
Andy Skursky Realty. So Stephanie sold real estate back in the 80s, and now she's the vice president of MLS. So she's got the big picture of how we have to align with some of the
Yeah.
things that are coming down from national, which the average agent may not pay any attention to the National Association of Realtors.
So it's not just as simple as making we feel like doing this just for fun and we're going to make a
No,
change. No.
no.
Well, tell me
No.
about why Remind to take over transaction desk.
That I have no insight to. It was done by the LVR board.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that
And the-
all of us here ask those same questions. Like that was a decision made by the LVR board.
Interesting.
And you
Yeah.
and since you, even though MLS has a board, you had no say in that.
No, we don't handle because there's by the way, the biggest department in the building here is the people that run LasVegasRealtor.com. The department that runs on there. And there was an idea at one point that everything was going to be on LasVegasRealtor.com, which would be horrible for the people that use MLS, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time you went on LasVegasRealtor.com, John?
Can't even tell
Maybe
you.
never.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So
So what do they put? What's on there? I mean, educate me. What's on there that you wouldn't have on your site?
Well, the classes for the association, doing the classes, what classes are here for pay your bill class, is continuing education classes, classes for all the technology you have immense technology. You have RPR, you have MLS Touch, you have MLS Prospects. So there's an immense number of classes for this technology. And for your average person says, I do for example, I was in a teacher training this weekend for Pilates. I'm a yoga teacher transitioning to Pilates, right? Well, the girl next to me says, I'm a real estate agent. Well, you run into one in every crowd, right? And I said, yeah, I teach the classes. She goes, I hated that class. Right? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah, so the average agent just sees what's in front of them, and sometimes they don't really see that far ahead as far as what's like the whole thing about compensation. There's a whole lot going on at the National Association of Realtors. And also, did either of you go to the tech forum at the Orleans a few weeks ago?
No, unfortunately, no.
No.
I didn't go. No.
Did anybody go? They were talking
Yeah,
about
we had several people go from here. Oh yeah,
and
I did.
and did they talk about buyers paying commission? And I was like, I was sick that day, so I was working from home, which was a good thing because it turns out that a lot of people that were there got COVID. So yeah, so all of that's coming down from there are rules that come down from the National Association of Realtors that say this, that, or the other, and we have to comply with them, because when you joined, you're not just a local member, you're local, state, and national.
Yes.
Yeah.
So can I ask you just two quick questions?
Sure.
Do you communicate with realtors one-on-one in your job, or no? That doesn't happen.
Mostly by a phone calls. Yes, if you sat here and listened to some of the phone calls we got, yes, all the
Okay.
time. The phone
And number
never stops
two,
ringing.
How did we, in fact, get with a program, amazing, awesome program like RPR? Do you know how that would have happened? Or
No.
that program is just phenomenal.
I do
talk
not
about
know.
it every chance I get.
Everybody
Pardon?
who's a member of the National Association of Realtors is a
Mhm.
member of RPR.
Okay, yeah.
S-
That
Yeah.
that tool is just incredible. It's absolutely insane. It's like one of the best values we have on there on the entire MLS. So
Well, and you know what? I tried to do a CMA on it once because I have a different user ID and password because I'm an administrator, so I don't get into it like everybody else does.
right, right.
And I'm not, my CMA was 75 pages long, so I'm sure I went awry somewhere.
Wow. Wow. So
Yeah.
how'd you do? Did you compare it to RPR or no?
No, the RPR that was 75 pages.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Oh.
said this is too many pages. I was on overwhelm.
No, you got to eliminate. If you go on there, you can eliminate all those pages. Really.
Mhm. Yeah, and there's some people that really like it and use it, but your average agent they just touch the surface. They search.
Yeah.
That's it. They search. And I would say about 60% of the agents don't know how to do a CMA. That's my calculation. I don't have the only evidence I have is the calls we get
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
people. Because there's people
So,
that need us to walk them through it click by click.
so how many, I mean, during a given day, are most of your calls about that?
No, most of our calls, believe it or not, about something called auto email. Reassurance, did I do it right? My client didn't get this listing and they found it on Zillow, which is I'll give you the answer to that right now. Here's the answer. The search criteria that you put in versus what they put in on Zillow is different. That's why they found it on
Right.
Zillow or
Right.
Realtor.com. And they just knee jerk react. Like
Or
your
they don't.
system.
Or they don't check that box that says internet yes or no. Right.
Well, that's internet yes or no. And then there's also the biggest thing I see in that is realtors have a field to fill in called attached or detached. You're familiar with that, Jim, because you had listings, but they think that field attached, detached means garage. It does not
No. No.
mean garage.
There's a different section for that, obviously. Yeah.
Yes.
So the MLS search area where agents are setting up their searches for their clients, is that something that you handle on a regular basis?
Yes.
So my question on that is the concierge mode.
Yes. That
Where
means
did
you're
that
going to screen them.
Where did that come from?
Actually, it's been in Matrix all along. Concierge has been in Matrix all along because maybe you want to screen them because you know what your client wants. You know they don't want popcorn ceilings. You know they don't want the washer or dryer near the kitchen or whatever. So you can check concierge when you do an auto email and then unselect, don't send them the ones that have popcorn ceilings or the washer or dryer near the kitchen. The challenge with that is they're going to find all those listings online anyway. So if you use concierge, you're not showing them something they're going to find on their own. Is
But can't-
one. Yeah. And number two, it's more work for you.
Well, it is, but can't that turn around and bite you? Because some agents use that for bad. They actually, I'll only show the ones that have 3% co-op.
Exactly.
And there's
But
no
you
way
notice, anymore, you can't search by co-op. You can't screen by co-op. You can't screen by co-op. You can't screen by agent's name. You can't screen. Well, Jim, I think you can screen by office because you have that access level.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's a good number of people that call us and say, well, what if I don't want to show a particular office's listing, like Renters Warehouse? They pay $1. They're a rental company. And a lot of agents don't want to show what they do. There's no way you can screen them. I can't do it at my level. So that had to be implemented into the system. And that came from the National Association of Realtors about, they're looking and they're going, I'm not going to show these. Yeah.
I used to love that feature, by the way.
Well, I'm sure you did.
But it still doesn't stop them, because if I'm searching for a client that says I don't want a big wall behind my house, well, naturally we don't have any criteria that we can check that says no big wall behind the house. So we have to pull all those pictures in, or those properties in, and go through all the pictures to find the house that doesn't have a big wall behind it.
Exactly.
So but during that list that comes in, you can also check and see which one of those houses have 2.5% and 3%
I know.
co-ops. So they still can get to it.
ethics then goes over into ethics.
And there's no way of checking that, is there? We have no checks and balances on that.
Now, how would we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Agent behavior is always going to be agent behavior, and there's going to be people that run for different offices or different committees on this association who think they can implement a procedure somehow so that an agent doesn't behave in a way. Churning ML numbers, right? Withdrawing a listing and allowing them to come back on the market with a new number, right? That happened when the day I got here, and that's happening now. That's always going to happen because agents withdraw listings or brokers withdraw listings, and then agents put them back on and think getting a new number is going to sell the listing as opposed to pricing it properly. And with what's happening now is prices are changing so rapidly. You can't stop an agent from behaving in a certain way.
Right.
Either of you have kids?
Yes.
Mine's
Okay.
grown.
Both do.
Can you change? Can you stop your kid from behaving a certain way?
That'd be no.
Yeah. That was no 20 years ago, so it was no difference today.
Yeah, taking their computer and putting, spyware on it or something else. They know how to disable that. Come on.
None of that works.
None of that
stuff
works.
Well, hey, wait, I'm excited to see Kathy's presentation. Can we get started on that, or do you have any more questions on?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, let's see it.
I wanted to go through, first of all, this is where you can find me. And we work bankers hours, Tom and I, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We do not work weekends.
We can find you on yoga though.
Whoa, look at all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, look at all those phone numbers. Take a picture of this.
No kidding.
Because you need a lot of these phone numbers. When
Hold
you
on.
join.
I'm
Yeah.
serious, Kat. Hold on. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Yeah, that's all the numbers you need for your lockbox, for your password help, for central lock. This.
Once I take it off a video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Wow, that's great
I'm
stuff.
constantly looking that number up.
Yeah, we're always looking these numbers up.
Thank
And
you.
another great point is, do both of you have an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Okay, now talk
Android,
about change.
what's that?
Hey, I wouldn't have anything but an Android.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Why?
yes. Why?
Is this a commercial?
I don't have
now?
a thousand.
Are we in the commercial phase of this?
That's a whole
interview?
different topic right there. Why?
Yeah, I don't have 1,000 a year to spend on a phone, and I
Yeah.
don't use all. I have an iPhone only because my company lets me use one for their, them. But and see, the iPhone, talk about changes. They change it constantly. So if you're keeping up with iPhone changes, there's no problem keeping up with MLS changes,
Right.
right? And it's not like you have a choice, right? With an
Right.
iPhone. All right, here's where you find the classes. LasVegasRealtor.com.
No, I would be able to find that as a member on my page, right? On my
Right.
LVR?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
these are supposed to be arrows, not underscores. But there's Stephanie. She's an enormous wealth of resources. And she goes to she goes to like meetings where they have other people from other places like Seattle, Florida, Texas, Kansas. They have all those, and she talks to those people. So there's a lot of
Mhm.
insight. We did this in such and such year, and a lot of times we're the first. Okay, so one home went live on May 11th, and there was training. There's also the learning lab on the homepage, and I would say Tom and I were bombarded with phone calls. This is a bad habit realtors do. What happened on the 11th? What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, we told you it was going to happen, and and then there's it's not very positive here, but in this building they say RDR. RDR. What does RDR mean? Realtors don't read. Sometimes just reading. Now, one home has more information for your clients to see, like room dimensions, like schools, like walk score, and
I did not even know that.
really, yeah. And you can
Room dimensions. That's good info.
yes, you can text listings to your clients,
I did
and
not know that
nobody
either.
has a problem with that. Yeah. Nobody has. So you're using the agents were using Matrix. The clients were using the client portal. The biggest issue we had with One Home was I used to have my picture at the top, and now it's not there.
Mhm.
What we have now is ADA compliance, and that thing is just because you can see and speak and hear and all that doesn't mean everybody can. So the
Right.
ADA compliance is like, well, I don't care about that. In other words, it's a little bit of a self-centered, well, everything's fine for me. So one of my dearest friends been a realtor for over 40 years. She is now blind.
Mm.
She's still a practicing realtor, but she's blind. Okay. So anything they had on their customers transfers, right? And so when agents ask me, how do I log on to One Home? The answer is you don't. Your
Mhm.
clients do. So
Mhm.
they look at the email on any device, desktop, phone, right? And they see, and now it's much nicer on a phone because this is what it looks like on a phone. And this is your headshot, and your headshot should be in there for One Home. It's much, much nicer. It's not an app. You can't download the app. We still have these computer labs. So take a picture of this too, Jim, because not everybody knows about this. If you are having problems, you can show up Monday and Friday from 9 to 11, 1 to 3, and we can't help with Transaction Desk or Remind Docs.
Right.
We can't. So, but what I do right now is I believe I'm already, am I logged into? I'm logged into Matrix. Now, what I have to figure out now is how to share my screen. Share a screen. Um, Share a screen works best on a good what the heck? Okay, share a screen. Okay. So you should, let me switch to my Chrome Matrix share. You should see my login
MLS,
to,
yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
Matrix.
Matrix.
Okay.
Yep. We're good.
Okay. Here's something few people know, that you can move these boxes around. You have a whole section called additional, and whatever you don't use, you can store there. The Matrix Learning Lab, this is self um, videos that if
Mm.
you click on that, it'll take you through some videos on One Home. And you have badges you can get. These are like, well, so far so there are videos so
Cool.
I think agents should do that. But most of them haven't even seen this yet. Again, a lot of this goes to how much are we paying attention?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So when your customers view One Home and they mark a favorite, or they want to see something, it will show on your home page. And where you can put this front and center. And John, in all honesty, what I usually see is agents don't notice this. Right? They say
Right.
my
Right.
clients can't, yeah, they can't look into, and I could probably log in as somebody account and show you that. But if somebody wants to see or favorites something, yes, they have to create a login. Your customers have to create a login. If they want to favorite or thumbs up, thumbs down. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to a customer I have, Julie, right, and click on her name, and that will take me to her record within Matrix. I have an auto email set up for her, and I set them up based on subdivision names: Spanish Trail, Queensbridge, Sienna, right? And when
Mhm.
I set them up, I can see if I want to, I'm going to open this in One Home. Remember, One Home is for your customers. Matrix is for you. This is her One Home. And also this works if she did create. Now this will tell me you're in agent preview mode. So the agents cannot behave as the clients. A lot of agents, what they were doing is they were setting themselves up on auto emails. The email would come to them and then they would forward it to the client. Matrix wasn't even, so that you're laughing, but almost everybody does that, and they didn't know
Wow.
not to. They didn't know not to. Okay. So consequently, every time something changes, they just did business as usual, right? Just
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I was doing in
I've always done.
2015. And I'll ask you, well, hey, are you using the same phone you had in 2015? Both of you said you have the Apple. So I'm telling you right now, you're not. Am I? Yes, I have an Android. Okay. The 2015 version of the Android. Again, I'm sitting in front of computers most times, so not working through my phone like everybody else. So here's what your customer sees. They see the newest one on top. And by the way, you have 99 photos now. I don't know if you're aware of that, but we changed from 50 to 99. I could see this one's for sale. This one's under contract. Well, of course it's under contract, which is the cheapest model in here. Right there, it's under contract already, right? So if I click on the property, it will give. What's that?
We had no idea this even existed, quite honestly. But yeah, no. So the one home is nothing more than an extension of MLS Touch. Is that fair to say, or no?
No, it's different, separate. Yeah.
Okay, but
what's it closest to? If it's not
the portal. The agent, the portal. Yeah. So because it's happening at the level of your customers, the people that you do business with. All right. So for example, if you do business with somebody that already possibly has an agent in California, and that agent sending them listings, that those people are looking at listings, California has one home. Right. But the agents are sending them listings. So some of your customers were already familiar with one home.
But when I send something to my customer, they click on it, and I'm in one home at that point. They are anyway.
They are exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and notice that if you this has got 71 pictures. Yeah, lots and lots of pictures.
I don't know how I for the life of me, I don't know how I get to 99 pictures. That's insane.
Well,
I guess, are people using that feature? 99? Are they going all out?
Yeah.
They are. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of and typically, like for example, in Inspirata, if somebody is selling a home in Inspirata, they use a lot of the outside because Inspirata's got a lot of features.
Do they count drone pictures on there as part of the 99?
You could. Yeah.
You can see that happening. If they're starting to throw a drone up and taking shots from different angles of the house, that would add up pictures.
Well, let's see what we got here. So here's my gallery, and let's see if I have any drone pictures. Most of them appear to be the inside, but no, out of those 71, no drone pictures. Yeah. I know. It's interesting. So, and then as we come down here, we get the public remarks, which is why you're not allowed specific words in the public remarks, right? Newer agents are terrified they're going to get a violation.
Yeah.
And first of all, it's already on the homepage that says, the violation will, and does an email come to you, or who do the emails go to about violations?
I get it. I get it.
The
You get it?
agent gets it. Yeah, the agent gets it too.
Yeah, but that's thinking have they read their email? Yeah.
Well, they actually do. They do watch that. They watch out for that in a big way, because everyone.
Yeah.
I'll get responses. I fixed it. It's good. Things like that.
Oh, good.
So.
Okay. So,
Well, they tell them in school that if you do violations, you're going to get a fine. And that's not a statement.
No.
If you don't listen to them, you're going to get a fine. So they're going to come back to you and say, "Hey, listen, you wrote this up, but you have to change some of the words on here because it doesn't fit the criteria." And so if you go in and change the words, everybody's happy. Nobody bothers you. But if you refuse to do that, then you're going to get a fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys have a real estate school? I can't remember.
We do not. We have an affiliation with Key Real Estate School, but no,
okay.
we don't have,
Yeah. Because I was going to say there's so many. Everybody wants to be an agent. Or maybe that's going to change in the next year or so. But if I look at the property details, I have the inside, information about how many stories of flooring, does it have a fireplace, garage, is the parking, so there's a whole.
I don't want to interrupt, but should we be seeing a different screen? Because I think we're seeing the same thing still.
Same
One
screen
home.
that you opened up with is the only one that's
The
shown.
one you open up with?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Stop
Yeah,
sharing.
now it's changed.
Now
You
you're
are
on-
you
Now you're on your
okay?
computer lab help.
Oh, okay. No, then let me reshare my. Let me go and reshare my screen. Hey, thank you.
So we need to redo the last 20 minutes of that. No,
Let me reshare. Share
just kidding.
screen. Chrome tab. Um, Matrix.
Yeah, 'cause you went to the gallery. I was thinking maybe John's seeing something. I'm not.
Uh, let's see. Let me share this. You should see the single sign in, and then when I go to Matrix.
There we go. There
Okay.
we go.
All right. Now you should see One Home. Do you see
No.
One Home?
No, we don't see that.
Okay. So stop sharing. Uh,
Any questions?
It's
No.
part of that it's part of that technology that we don't understand from that phone you have.
Here we go. Here. Now do you see?
There we go.
Now we see a map.
Now we see a map. Yep.
And the properties on the left?
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, this is One Home.
Ah.
Now,
okay.
when I click on a property, and you should see 8080 Castle Pines.
Yeah,
Yep.
inside picture. Yep.
Yeah, so this is what your customers now see, and they know it's a
Right.
new listing, right? Because they have a new listing flag. They see the remarks, the public remarks. I'm scrolling down the page, so you should see features, property details, exterior details, room
Yep.
details. This is the part where in our previous portal, if a person had like a California king size bed and they want to know if they can get it in the secondary or tertiary bedroom, this will tell them, can they get it in there? You should see the room dimensions.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you, the only thing that we don't have on the portal yet, One Home, is earnest money deposit. That's the only thing we don't have on there, and I've already asked that we have only one association fee. I've asked that we have the second one, and then other facts and figures of
Obviously, you don't put the listing agent's information on there either, do you?
no, but we do have to put compliments of the office.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
information. Then the nearby schools and the school ratings, according to something called Live By, the ratings of the schools. We can see the public record. Is there an open house upcoming? Now, if there is an open house, and the customer clicks on one, show this to me, it's going to come to you as the sending agent, not the listing agent.
Right.
And how it's going to come to you is a note on your Matrix homepage. Right. Now here, this part is my favorite because I do this. I walk, bike, and transit score. Because not everybody is, there's some people that want to do these things, bike and walk.
Right, but how does the average person know what if that's a good rating, bad rating, or what? I mean,
well, I do because I grew up in an area that had 98% walk score.
okay, so 100 is good, I assume.
Yes,
Yeah,
100 is
okay.
good. Yeah, so we're horrible here. Yeah, we're
So
horrible.
those are all low scores, obviously, right?
Yeah, we're over in Spanish Trail, so I don't know. And then a history of the price reductions, and if it's been sold previously. So they've got, and then there's a button, similar properties. They can go off and look at similar properties. And the whole intention, let me put this away. The whole intention of One Home was to try our best in all the things that we can do to keep our client with the agent.
Yeah.
So that the client doesn't go off and look at something on Redfin or Zillow.
But this is not what the client sees when you send them
Yes, it is.
auto email, right?
It is. It is.
Oh, because I've seen something different, but I get the agent side of it probably. So
yeah. Well, if you you're not looking at the One Home side. Yeah, you see.
If we copied ourselves on that, we would see that, wouldn't we?
Yeah, if you copy yourself. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Never done
But
that.
is it Mike Marino there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He's doing. Although with all his monitors, I don't know what's happening with him.
Well, he's a part-time drone for the government.
Obviously, you've seen how many do you have now? 10, 9?
Last
know.
I looked, it was 8 monitors.
8 monitors. Who needs 8 monitors? Mike
Is he
Marino.
gambling?
Hey, as realtors, we gamble every day. I mean,
Oh,
really,
that's true. Yeah.
right? Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me stop that share and see how you will know. Reshare. Okay. Um, Reshare.
I'm learning some good stuff here. Right?
Um,
Good stuff.
hmm.
So where do they keep the list of the when they made the changes on what you can and cannot say on your property profile? Where do they have that list of the words and the things that you cannot say? Do they have that listed anywhere?
HUD words? Let me see. Is that it?
Like
Links?
primary bedroom
Yeah.
opposed to master bedroom.
You can still say master.
You can?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
just more
oh.
politically correct to say primary. And you know what? I read a white paper on that, and I should keep it because it helps me sleep. The the origin of the word master versus the origin of the word master in slavery, and it's really not because a lot of people wanted to change it to owner's suite. Well, then you
Right.
got a rental. Can't say owners.
Sure.
Yeah. So can you see the HUD? Can you see the links, system links on it?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so here HUD words PDF.
Oh,
What is the link up there? Oh,
that's
It's
in the
links,
link.
and then it's HUD words.
Wow.
Yeah. So here are the things that you can't say. Actually, these will stop you from entering your remarks or agent.
Well, for some reason that we can't see that, Kath. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So let's.
Is there a PDF of some kind?
Let me try it again. Oh, okay.
Maybe you need 16 monitors like Michael Moreno.
Well, I have 4, so
4 is 3 too many in my book.
really. Let's
I have
see.
1. I have a hard enough time with 1, let alone 4.
Let's try Matrix, my Chrome tab. Oh, maybe here. Okay, share. Can you see my PDF?
There we
There we go.
Thank you.
It was under links, and under links it was HUD words. These words will, if you're doing these words in not only public remarks but agent to agent remarks, like we have several agents with this name, Gay Ann. She has to say call agent. One of our brokers recently put hearing impaired, and I think he got no, he was saying deaf. He wanted to let everyone know that the owners were deaf.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why you would use the word gay. Really? I mean, I just can't see at what context would you use that word, even if you meant well by it, right? I don't know.
No, well, again, you're taking your mind that's been in real estate for a good number of years and applying it to the common sense of the agent that's brand new.
That's true.
Yeah, which I mean, we all so.
Why would you? Out of all the words we cannot, those are words we cannot say. Like George Carlin used to have words.
7 words you can say. Yes.
His were different, by the way.
Kathy and I will get that one.
His was way different.
Only me, you, and John will understand that one. Remember that, John?
Well, and here's why it's so challenging to find white kitchen, because white is a HUD word.
White. HUD word.
So
yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. So you don't think about this stuff that
So you can't say white cabinet.
No, I don't think I don't know that you can. It says whites plural, so if
white.
okay.
Hey, that's good information right there.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I figured cabinets would be fine, but I guess not.
Let's give it a shot. Let's.
Are you actually gonna try it?
I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
do. I mean, if I don't know something, I try
So
it.
how would you?
Share.
How are you testing that? You actually trying to put in a listing kind of thing, or what?
No, I go to. Can you see my matrix search screen now?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Mhm.
So what I would do is I would add. Let's see. I'm going to add a field. Come down here, add, remove, and I'm going to add public remarks.
Mhm.
Public remarks. I'm going to add agent to agent remarks. And I,
Mhm.
by the way, I teach this in one of my follow-up classes.
Mhm.
And then I put an asterisk and the word white and an asterisk.
So for those that caught that, didn't catch that early, you said you can use a wild card to look up. I forgot what we were talking about. That's exactly what you're talking about doing right now, right? That's
Yeah.
called a wild card search.
Yeah, but
Okay.
these are agent to agent remarks. Let me try the same thing with public remarks. Oh, it is in there. So maybe you can say the word white.
I wonder where they use it at.
Oh,
Well, white cabinets.
for
Let's see.
Control F.
How
White.
would you describe that kitchen? If it was
White shaker cabinets.
There
Yeah.
you go.
So white shaker cabinets. So it is allowed. Okay. So I'm wrong. Yeah. 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 So whatever word, like for example, right now, nowhere, we have no way of searching a smart home. So in public remarks, I do an asterisk, the word smart asterisks, and it comes up
There you
with, yeah.
Can you do for fun? Can you do a word you cannot say and search for that in HUD? You know the HUD words.
Oh, yeah. What's the word?
Yeah, just I don't know what's
Uh,
um.
colored cabinets.
You have the list there still or no?
Uh, let's see. Couple, crippled, deaf,
See if we can
drinker,
see if we can catch
drinkers,
somebody.
drinker. Uh, yeah, those words are not used.
Not finding them. No,
No, children.
you can't say
That would be
close
mine.
to
Let's see.
anymore,
I
can
forgot
you? You
it.
can't say close to or no.
Oh, look, we found 39 that say children.
Oh, you can't say children.
But you know, well, okay, so
What are they
um,
saying?
oh, CHILDREN.
Trade
Okay,
in
so
one of your children.
Rugrats are
for
okay, but children's not.
Put up your one of your children for an EMD.
cozy wood burning fireplace covered deck has access to the owner's only driveway for the children. Yeah, so and again, I don't know. Is this Ivan? No, but this is a lady over at she does mostly Utah. So if you go city towns, Bryan Head,
Mhm.
um,
Well, we don't want.
Life Realty, yeah, they know better. Life Realty Community has for a playground for children. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know that we enforce how we enforce HUD. But here's what
Well,
one guy did. A guy named Chad Bull. He said just a walk, a scoot, or a drive. I thought that was very creative.
walk and scoot or
Scoot or
drive.
drive. Walk, scoot, or drive.
Walk, scoot, or drive. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And talk about creativity. Let me show you an example. ATIO. Okay. I think you're familiar with this. You should see the search. I just searched for an address, a street,
Right.
Tapatio. Did you see that? Now, when I click on the MLS number,
Yep.
yeah, okay. So I'm looking at the remarks going, what the hell? Spicy, 3-bedroom, hot listing, sizzling features. So then I looked at the photos, right?
Yeah.
And there's your hot sauce. Tapatio.
Oh.
So Tapatio's a hot sauce, and I'm sure this got turned in for a violation because the agents are mad. Then here's the hot sauce in the kitchen.
That's almost like a deliberate move, isn't it?
It is. It's a
Yeah.
deliberate creative move, and
I
then we
love the
have
creativity. I love the creativity.
I love
behind
the
that.
I don't see creativity at all ever, but then this hot sauce is taking a shower. So an agent, I'm sure the agents turned this in. Why would the agents turn this in? Because they're mad they didn't think about it.
They didn't think of it
They
exactly.
didn't think of it. So know that, this is and if you're taking a look right now at the price per square foot, especially in 89074, and again, that's where I live. So you know that this is a bit high,
Yeah.
287 a square foot. You know.
That's
Which
Tapatio. That is Tapatio over there on Pecos or no? Which one?
it
Yeah,
is, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I didn't know Falcon Homes built them. I thought by the time Tapatio was built, Falcon Homes was absorbed into another entity. But
Mm.
because the one question I can't answer, people will ask me, well, if I like a particular floor plan of a home builder that's no longer in business, how do I find it?
I know that one.
Well, good. They could,
Sales
here's one.
track. You gotta go. They gotta go to sales track.
All right, your
Sales.
company has sales track?
Yeah, every floor plan that was ever built in Las Vegas. They even have Sproul Home. Put it that way. Yeah.
Bailey McGaw?
Oh yeah, Billy McGall all day.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah.
See, and that's things that I have one agent, and she's been around decades, but she wants, when the agents had a listing, she wants builder to be put in she thinks that the agent should know who the builder is. And the answer is the agent's not going to know who the builder is
No.
unless your company happens to have sales track. Now, sales track is also now done by Applied Analysis. You've seen some of their statistics. They have great stuff.
Yeah.
But not everybody knows who Applied Analysis is. Now, how could you not know who Applied Analysis is when it's right here on your single sign-in page,
Sure.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, the answer is once you're busy doing your work, that's what you see, your work. You don't see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True.
Like, have you noticed? I'll bring this up when we do a search now. I'm going to do a residential search. And have you noticed that we put city town in here, right here?
I haven't noticed that.
No.
RDR, Jim, RDR. So I could say Henderson, Las Vegas.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's
Oh,
slick.
wow.
Like that. Like it. Like it.
Yeah. And everybody
So
wants
you-
to know
You did away with those goofy numbers, which were hung around for 48,000 years.
because agents wouldn't change. They never learned how to draw a map,
I know.
and
Okay. Kath, I got to ask you a question. So if I'm an agent and I know numbers are changing all the time in terms of numbers, market numbers, I mean, what
Yeah.
do you recommend any particular way to find out? Just a quick snapshot, other than applied analysis, of course, and
this is where I use searches for my statistics. And again, I'm never
you
doing
do.
statistics.
Okay.
I just did it. How
You
many
do-
lists?
And
How
you
many
save
single?
them, obviously. You save the searches, and you're good to go, right? Like
I could.
pending. Okay.
I could, but right now I'm looking at active and coming soon for single family residential only. Now let me add, no, you know what? I'm not looking at Las Vegas. I'm looking at North Las
So
Vegas.
if I
now
want to know all the active listings in the MLS system right now, how would I do that?
including Pahrump and
Yeah, everything, the whole system. Yeah,
okay. You just click on the 5,000.
and that'll give you a number, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
What's that number? Is it? I can't see it.
85.95.
Oh, I thought, that went down a little bit, didn't it? No.
Well, active
Probably
coming. I'm only doing single family. If I add condo
Oh,
and townhouse,
yeah. Okay.
add condo
yeah.
and townhouse. Now it's I think 10,542.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Do you who does the stats for when you when you do your sales meetings?
Well, Jim and I both do them.
Okay, so you can use this, or let me show you something else that you can use.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Kathy Haney herself.
Let's go there and reshare my screen.
We'll call these the Kathy Haney weekly numbers.
Well, don't because then people are going to call me asking, well, what do you think? And if I do that,
Oh, yeah,
I would be
exactly,
retired now, and I will have been, I would have made it on the stock market, and I'd be retired teaching yoga only. Okay, so you can see my matrix screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I go to search, you see all the numbers. You see search. I got a lot of stuff here, right? If I
Yeah.
click on more, you see more.
Yeah. Yep.
I click. Now another screen should pop up. Now I don't know if I have to reshare that history.
Nope. You're good. You're good.
Property history.
Yep.
Okay. How many price reductions have we had since September 1st? September 1st. Let me
Come on.
clear.
That's cool.
Yeah, September 1st through the 19th, and price decrease.
Oh, come on.
Now-
That's really cool.
Well, and then residential. So more than 5,000, 45. And
So out
this,
of
yeah, we hit the brakes in June. You probably already saw that. That's what I saw. We hit the brakes in June.
yeah.
You know, uh, you can't really do anything with these numbers except just look at that's how many. We have 45, 45. We can sort them by specific things.
So you could do
Um,
price increases, price decreases,
yeah,
price.
what's up with price increase? Huh?
What do you mean?
Why would you increase the price in a market in where
So
prices are
could you do me a favor? Just search that real quick. I would hope there's none.
193?
What? I don't know. There must be a reason for it.
Well, if someone put something on the market, then realized they made a mistake and went back and changed that, would
Probably
be price
most of it right
increase.
there. Exactly.
However, know that if you do accidentally make a mistake and put something in for $33,000 and you meant to do 333, you can
Yeah.
call the MLS and they'll do major correction.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's take a look here.
Can you ever call the MLS and take something out of expired, or no? That's a no-no, right?
There are certain rules, and I don't know what they are. When you
Okay.
say take something out, define that.
Put it back in active opposed to expired.
Yeah, they'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to send them another copy of your contract or something like that. So here's one downtown, right? If I click on the MLS number, it's downtown. It's been on the market for a long time, right? ADOM. I can never see ADOM. Lisa, and it's we're in Boulder City. Wait a minute, we're in Boulder City, so never mind. Let me close that. So things that have been like, let's do the longest days on market. Longest
Okay.
days on market for something that has had a price increase is 250 days on market. I would say that this agent doesn't want to sell this Camry.
Right. Neither does the seller, obviously.
Yeah, and you know that if you click on the parcel number, you can see the owner of the listing. So not everybody
Wow.
knows that. Not
That is
everybody knows.
That is one patient person. Wow. Very
They're
cool.
living in McDonald Ranch. They got a lot of square footage here. No, actually, it's new. It was just built in 2021. So, um, oh, TBB, to be built, under construction. That's why
Mm.
it's a new home.
Yeah.
Builder,
Yeah.
it's a new home. So sometimes new homes. Um, this one is just a regular old. This Winning Realty. Again, I don't know why people do certain things. I wish I did, but if I did, I would have made all my money in the stock market and be teaching yoga classes all day.
So the big topic right now is all about this
One home.
One home.
Yeah. So on my home page, I can see who's visited it, who's looked at what I sent. Hey, little note about this lady here. Asia, his name is. You know a guy named Jack Lindell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is his daughter. He's back in
He's
real estate.
Jack Lindell's back in real estate.
Jack Lindell is back in real estate.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw him come in. I said, "What are you doing here?" Yeah.
Well, I remember him back in the day. He was quite the producer for Coldwell Banker.
Yes. Oh, that's right. You were there. He was, and he ended
I
up
was there
going
when he
over.
was there. Yeah.
He ended up going over to Realty One at one
And
point.
what's cool about him, he's a car guy, a big time car guy.
Define car guy.
What's that?
Define.
Well, he liked old classic cars and street rods and all the things I like as well. So I always thought that was kind of cool. Only he had the money to buy them. I didn't. Oops, sorry, Jack.
But anyway, his daughters, and then her husband will be coming along as well. So I would imagine if I'm still alive, the grandkid will come here too.
He was a great agent back in the day. He really was.
Yeah, because you know what he said they taught him in real estate school? Don't look at commission. Don't just sell on commission amount.
Yeah.
And the new agents he was in a new agent class, and everybody turned around and looked at him. Huh? So anyway, yeah, so your customers so how do you log into One Home? The answer is you don't log into One Home. Your customers log. Now, what you should have already done is under, you can see my matrix screen now, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My matrix, my information. the last tab, you should see 6 tabs, information, header, footer. You should see
Mhm.
those.
Mhm.
Put your bio in here.
Now, that did not carry over from the old system, or no? What was that?
Well, we didn't have One Home until May
No,
11th.
not whatever we were using
We
prior.
didn't have a bio in the
Okay.
previous version of Matrix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you
But
go.
yeah, all the other things carried over. So if you have information, header, footer, all of that carried over.
All that
But
carried
what
over.
didn't carry over was there was in the One Home tab there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why, because this is a floating picture that your clients have on One Home, and when they click on it, this is what they get.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I copied and pasted, John, and sent to you. From
Yeah.
where my career in 2 paragraphs.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and I sent an email to Heidi Hanley because I told her, you're never at your office meeting when I'm there, because I know she's one of your agents that produces a bit. I don't know who else, in your office, your top producing agents, whether they show up for the sales meeting or not.
They do. They do. A
Oh,
lot of
no.
them do.
Okay.
A lot of them
Well,
do. Heidi's here.
because
Heidi's definitely here from time to time. She is.
and I just, because what happens to us is we get the new version of whatever it is, right? And the agents hate it because it doesn't have like earnest money deposit on One Home. Okay. It doesn't have
Right.
earnest money deposit. So all that other stuff we have there is, you know,
Yeah.
they'd rather have earnest money deposit than the schools and the walk score and everything else. So, and when we go out to real estate companies, they tell us some things that we maybe missed or don't know or didn't think of. So that's the
Mhm.
beauty of doing office visits. And
Yeah. Yeah.
generally, what I end up saying is, "You do what?" Because I can't, I can't understand why an agent would set up an auto email to themselves and then forward it to the client.
Mm.
When you forward it to the client, if all of your clients are using yours, your client and your own, if all of them are using, like, let me show you.
I
Let's show
think,
you.
if I may, they may be trying to make sure the client gets it. I don't know, or they at least
Uh,
are involved in it. But you can, like John said earlier, you copy yourself on that, right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, here's an example. Let me reshare. Uh, um, hmm, share. No videos. Stop screen. Share. Uh, and go back to my. Okay. This is I have myself in with this different email. Now that's important. If you're going to use yourself as a customer,
Right.
you want to have it as a different email. So you can see my One Home, right? By the way, this logo, more than half of your agents are going to have the wrong logo unless they've been with your franchise for a while.
Mm.
Why? Because this comes from MLS Touch.
Right.
Brand and share. Yeah. So here's me as Kathy Heaney, not the agent, but Kathy Heaney, the client. So I have all of these different, I'm in agent preview mode. I'm looking at there's limits to what I can do in agent preview mode. So there's limits. I can't do a favorite. And that's what agents were doing. They were saying favorites. And I says, okay, so if you have one home going to 7 people and they're all trying to do favorites, it gets too confusing because,
Right.
so most of these are in, Paradise Palms, with the exception of this one. And this one is we have a coming soon in here. So there's a good number of listings that were in coming soon and then going to under contract. And that's a path. And this one is, because it's coming soon, it only has 4 pictures.
What a cool looking house there. That's in Paradise Palms?
No, that's in, this is in Cashman, over by Our Lady of Las Vegas.
Oh, no wonder I like it.
Rancho Nevada. Of course you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? The thing about this part of the world, look at the schools. It's a nice neighborhood, but look at the
Not,
schools.
not for schools, right? No. So.
No, and I mean, there's just, and
Or
you can,
shopping or anything else for that matter.
if you have medical issues, it's a great neighborhood because it's in the medical
Oh yeah, you're a
district.
block away from the hospitals. Yeah.
I could walk to my doctor. No, this is, yeah. So photos will be available mid-September. So here it is, September 19th.
They're on there, right?
Yeah, and this is not a street I'm familiar with, Justice. Probably because is it behind gates?
What's the
That
name of
might
it?
Justice.
Nope, never heard of that one.
89107.
I've heard of Lantern Lane.
Here's where it is. It's 850. It's behind. It's over behind the Our Lady of Las Vegas, maybe a gated community.
Well, that never used to be gated. They only started gating that. They only put it behind gates not too long ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then your customer can also identify where it is on the map and what is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
This is the wealth of information. We've got some points of interest on this map if we want to say libraries. Although, one of the things that I always tease Las Vegas agents about is, do you know you're paying, especially in Henderson, you're paying for the library, Are you using it?
Sure.
Are you using it? That got me through the pandemic. Did I get up and go to the library? No, you can do it all on your iPad. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I have to teach you how to do that when I come there tomorrow,
Yeah,
Jim?
that I did not know. I don't want to plead my ignorance on the line here, but
Well,
I did not know. I'm thinking, why do we even have libraries anymore? Do people actually use them?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you can
Oh,
do them online.
absolutely. Yeah, it's all online. It's called
Okay.
ebooks. You get them online. You can also there's a number of video resources that you have as well. I mean, it's
Well,
not just
I've fallen in the RDR category. So I only use Audible. I'm trying to read a book.
that doesn't work for me. Some
Really?
people work does not work for me.
That's because you're smart. I'm not. What can I say? If I'm reading a book, I'm singing a song in the back in my memory. I'm going, what do I have to do next week?
Well,
gotta
yoga
take out the
helps with
trash.
focus as well, Yoga
Yeah.
helps with focus. 'cause
That's
we
why I
have
got. That's why I got Audible.
Yeah, we have horrible focus. We do. We have horrible focus because how many times do you get through something from beginning to end without interruption? You don't. The phone
Oh, you
rings.
No,
don't. Never
God, no,
happened.
no.
Yeah.
Around here, no.
Yeah.
All right, Kathy. Well, we gotta let you go.
We're anxious for you to
has been
be here
fun.
tomorrow for sure.
Okay. You know who I almost always end up chatting with because he's been in the business so long is John. God, what's his last name?
Edmonds?
Edmonds, yes.
Oh yeah. He's been around a while.
Yeah. And he had a big team and anything else. I don't know if he still does.
No, he still definitely does real estate, but not. He was a powerhouse back in the day. Not that he's not now, but he's kind of
His
laying low.
team's smaller.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
laying low a bit, but still a wealth of knowledge. That guy is. He really is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because he did non-residential for a period of time. I know in the 90s, I think, because that's how I remember we used to have non-residential in our MLS at one point in time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we don't anymore.
How's the world of commercial going? Is that
I don't know, Gus.
okay? Yeah.
So I love those people. They're smart.
Is CALV still a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You know a gal. Her name is Bridget Adderbloom. She's she went into commercial. She's a Keller agent. She went into commercial only. And then one of my brand new agents back in the Fusion days, his name was Buck, and he's taught 7 languages. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting him yet, but he's a broker of Keller Williams Southwest.
I'm very familiar with him.
You are? He teaches.
There's different reasons why we won't get into that now, but yeah, because when there's a problem with our agents, we kind of talk once in a while. So that's all. That's why.
He's brilliant. I mean, that guy is flipping brilliant, and he was a
He is.
brand new agent when we came from Fusion. And I don't see brand new agents make it to manager. That's just not a direction I normally. I mean, my neighbor.
They want to make real money. They don't want to make.
Yeah, that my neighbor came in. My neighbor was my neighbor for like 20 years where I live, and that was 3 years ago. He's not even in the business anymore. So
I got to tell you, I learned so much talking to you today. I mean, and I got some old names: Jacqueline Dale, Florence Skursky. I mean, those are. We got to talk one of these days. Let's go have a coffee or something because I like the old days of Vegas. I really love that.
Yeah, and again, those of us that have gotten here, so we're almost like natives. Even though we were born elsewhere, we moved here and saw
Yeah,
the
exactly.
growth. Yeah.
Well, we're
Well,
anxious to have you tomorrow, so we'll see you in the morning,
okay.
and we'll go from there.
All right.
Thanks, Kath.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
bye-bye.
Kathy.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome job.
Thank you.